And welcome back, folks. I apologise. That is entirely all my fault. Entirely all my fault, he says. Need to get back to the stream so I can actually get it on. There we go. We're back. We're back with the right internet connection. So that's all my fault. I messed that up. I did that entirely wrong. I forgot that I had a new net card. So totally my fault. I apologise. Amateur streamer. As if I haven't streamed enough before to know what to actually do. Right, so I apologise. We are showing lost bits. And we're still losing bits. We shouldn't be losing bits. I don't know why we're losing bits. I'm connected to the right port. Frustrating. And I know we'll lose people because of this. It's dropping frames again. But it says drop frames 0, which is good. Generally don't know how to fix it when I'm at the beck and call of the ISP. Well, let's see. Let's hope it's got up and running and people join back. I know I've got no following on Twitch anymore, so there's no major drama. What started off quite good with Twitch. I just don't stream enough for Twitch, but I can't actually stream 7 nights a week to make Twitch a thing. I just don't have the time. So, right, let's get back into the races. Let's go there. We'll not dwell on things I can't affect. So front engine rear. We did something like this last week, didn't we? So it's in performance points, PP, and what's the target? 550 again. Happy days. What have we got? Exactly 550. Corvette C7. Didn't we use that last week? We tried to use the Sierra Cosworth, didn't we? And it was a shed. But if they keep including, this is the reverse race as well. Yeah, okay. Settings. What have we got? Sports hard. 240 on the rear. That's everything. 555 diff. Yeah, it's going to be relatively great, isn't it? Let's get there. Some messages appeared. So the 420 guys that joined us last week have their own league. And they seem to have come up with the same situation that we have occasionally, is that... welcome back, Scamster. They seem to have come across the fact that they understand that people have different views of the race as well. Like we did with JB and Love It. Where Love It went round the corner, absolutely sailing round, no contact, no nothing, and JB went flying off the track. Well, their league race today had a turn 1 problem, where big wreck on turn 1. Everybody says this one particular driver did it. From their video replays, his video replay shows completely something different. No contact whatsoever. So, that's interesting, I believe. We have brake balance. I'll leave it in the middle for now. Don't believe... Ooh, if I left that too late. Going to be a slidey around there, that's fine. Just slammed that throttle to the floor. No throttle control subtlety whatsoever. Ooh, let's use the grass as well. No, looks like we're restarting this one. Yeah, the Twitch is there, but nobody's on it. So, and I appreciate I've got 2 subscribers on there, but nobody watches it because there's not enough people on there. There's, what, 80 followers on there now and 2 subscribers, but nobody prefers to watch it. There's less adverts on Twitch, but there's more people on YouTube, which is effectively where the channel started. So if I was to go back, if I was to try and stream 7 days, we'd probably generate more of a following on Twitch, but the whole audience thing seems to be around YouTube, so let's see how we do here. I got the PlayStation set up, the PlayStation 4 set up with a brand new version of Gran Turismo today, so I can log in with that on the PS4 and with the PS5 at the same time. Can't have a play disc in both at the same time, so I've had to buy a new version. True Opera. Ah, welcome Opera. Yeah, it doesn't. I only see about 6 or 7 streams and about 240 people viewing, so. But most of the Twitch, the big guys seem to stream on YouTube, so. Kai seems to have about 300 people a night, up to 1,200. I've got no chance of getting into his audience, of pulling people across from his stream to mine. He's much quicker than me, and he does daily races and stuff, so I don't believe I've got much of a route in there. Oh, that deposited him. It didn't even touch him, boss. That wasn't me. Went to 3rd place. Else to see on this, is there? No, let's brake there. A bit quicker than when we came through the start line. Oh, Mr. Z28, sorry. Couldn't hit it that hard, I didn't get into marge. He's much better looking, younger as well, yes. He's more of a Scouser than I am, even though he's from Chester. Just down the road from Chester. It's interesting, you know. I have watched certain streamers before in the past, and my favourite is Dave Camp on the YouTube side of things. On my sort of driving, GP Laps is pretty much up there. He's really different, but I don't watch the other guys like. Ires is his name, I think. I see his shorts all the time. Rory Alexander. Oh, we're going to hit that wall. No, we're not. This car balances nicely on the brakes and throttle. Doesn't seem to want to spin out. Got to know your brake points. Get 3 laps around this bad boy. Yeah, I haven't put any effort into sitting and watching Rory, to be honest. But like I say, I see his shorts all the time. He's got a very nice white PC as well. I do like it. It's interesting as well that he's one of the guys that puts his camera, his face on screen. Yeah, he's a likeable kind of character guy. Kind of, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Likeable, but very much, he's Marmitey in some ways. You know, but nothing bad to say about him. It's just he's different. He's very different. does seem to get a decent daily audience. GT, big, yeah, I like Mr. Stephen Alvarez Brown. He's funny. I like his sayings. He also seems to be a very good driver. Big fan of Jimmy as well. Jimmy Broadbent, a big influence. Excuse me. Tijney, I've watched a couple of his videos, but I haven't really found his channel. But if there be anything, they all have a little bit of influence on me in some ways or another, or they all do something in some sort of ways that make me want to. I want to say make me jealous a little bit, because they give me that inspiration to push on and go on and do more. You know, it's seeing what Jimmy Broadbent has done. You know, and they all have that sort of, good evening, fat man, happy days, how are you, fella? You and your crafty purchases. 20 quid for a wheel stand. You know what I immediately thought of when I saw that wheel stand? I don't actually have to get up out my chair to go racing. I can actually move the dinner plate out of the way, grab the wheel, and we're away. Don't actually have to move. That's the end of lap 3. That went pretty painless. Nice little car, that C7. Yeah, so... yeah, Jimmy B. Now, for somebody who lived in his shed in his mum and dad's house because it was his... it wasn't because he didn't want to live inside. He wanted to move out. He wanted to move away. He wanted to do his own thing. And it just couldn't afford it. So he just thought, shut it, I'll go to the shed. I'll live in the shed. And he got internet fitted in the shed, which is epic. Then he got his race rig built at the bottom of his bed, which I think is even better. And from there, he just did what he did, and it's brilliant. But he's had his ups and downs, and I just think he's gone from somebody with very little driving acumen to somebody who's actually developed and come through from zero to hero, I think is probably one way to put it. But I've got a lot of time for his mental health situation, and the way he talked about mental health, especially going through the death of his grandfather, etc. I was more watching YouTube than ever thinking I'd be doing YouTube back then. I certainly wasn't thinking I would be part of this process. But, right, we're off to Lake Louise. We normally do 3 and then go off and do them. They're going to rattle quite quickly, even though we had a little bit of a disconnect issue, and it was completely my fault, now I found out. Oh, it's the one make. Eurus. We might as well. Any settings to change? Dirt tyres. We want ice tyres, don't we? Snow tyres. Yeah, let's go to the shop and buy the correct ones. Now, is this going to be relatively steady easy, I think? One would like to think so. Was there a PP setting, or was we just going in? Good evening, Olive. Welcome. You'll be glad to know the YouTube disconnects. The network disconnects are done for tonight. That was good. Stupid. And that was all to do with me fixing my wiring today. Trying to tidy up the wiring. So much wiring. Unbelievable. Got power packs for everything hiding somewhere or zip tied to something. Assists. ABS on weak. We might go to default for the snow. And counter steer will go on for the snow. That will help us. Let's see where we go. I didn't know if there's a PP rating. I haven't tuned it at all. Let's just... there's no brake balance either, which will be interesting. The hell out of this. observe of the camera, the foot cam, it might be a good highlighter of just what we're doing and how we're controlling the car. Punch that brake, have a bit of throttle bombing through the gap in the middle, beautiful. Straight line out. This next corner is always a challenge. Double gear shifted there, that was my mistake. The vibration in the steering wheel caused me to do that. Get those excuses in early. Ooh, here's the wall, hello. You need as straight a line through there as possible, not the line I'm taking. It's a Michael car boot and it looks brand excellent. Oh, we're doing a 360 here. Only in 7th, now down to 8th. It's 3 laps this race, so we've still got time. Where's St Michael car boot then? Is that the Garstang Road? Out towards Garstang. Down by the old, I was going to say the Shell garage and the camp, the holiday side. Is that where the St Michael one is? It's been a long time since I left Blackpool. I left Blackpool in 2003. So 20 years or so, yeah. Here we go, we're coming through into position. We want to be a bit fast on the brakes. Oh, there's that door on door. Bit of a rub. Oh, he's gone bumper to wing. Oh, that. Ooh. Yeah, so I turned the steering, the force feedback up to 5 to try and get some feel in the wheel a bit, and it seems to be working. I haven't gone to look for the setting yet that gives you road feel, and I know probably BB was actually one that told me the other day what the setting was that I needed to adjust, but I forgot. Into the place we need to be in now. We've got the fastest lap as well already, the 1:57.53. Up the inside. Might get a bump here. No, we're just going to do it sideways. Drop frames will look okay. Stream is still active, which is good. Never driven on ice like this. Couldn't actually tell you whether it's realistic or not. Couldn't tell you whether they've got the right feel. It just feels good to slide the car, be able to power it through a corner. And just knowing that for it to drive in a straight line, it's got to be pointed that way, that's all. Getting it to turn on the brakes. Interesting. Could have turned in a bit later, I guess. Very bumpy down here. That's a better line through there. We'll just pick up a straight line as we come through there. There we go. Beautiful. We don't want a 360 as we're coming off this corner either, do we? There we go, brakes. Myerscough College, yes. I know where that is. Used to spend a lot of time at Myerscough. I did a fair bit of college work there when I was training to be a managing supervisor. I'm on the Fanatec GD Extreme, Olive. Yeah, I used to attend Myerscough every week back in 2000. 2006, I'd say. 2006. 2005, 2006. I did manufacturing management there. We did alright. Now what ticket we're going to get? We got 50 grand for that. And do we get probably an engine ticket? No, 200k. Very good. Very good. Yeah, I'm on the DD Extreme Olive, the same one as I made the video about. It's working okay tonight. It hasn't had a disconnect, but we do expect it to. We are anticipating it. I've got a controller nearby just in case that's the case. Right, time trial time. Where should we start? Should we do the new one? Or should we revel in a bit of glory about... Oh no, I've got to go and do something before that. Let's do that now. Let's do that before we do it. We're going to put a skin on. JB's made a skin. There she be. I do own this car. It's not easy to drive with the crossed fingers. Absolutely it's not. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. So yeah, on the both in the snow and ice, it's very difficult on a controller, I would suggest, to have that subtlety, but also to cross fingers on the Fanatec so that it doesn't disconnect. Yes, I fully get you. I fully understand where you're going. There's no loss in translation there. Change car, we'll put it on less data acquired, so that means there it is. It's another electric, isn't it? Maybe that's where we'll start today. Maybe that's where Lego Maggiore. Big fan of Lego Maggiore. So it's a bit of a work it out job. Find out what is... Oh, come on. The PlayStation is lagging a little bit. There we go. Get some refreshments down. Interesting little livery on the back there. Tower of London. What we got there? There's got to be a little disappointment. Well, I think the issues are half of what they were. I don't believe the issues are still every problem. I've been reading the forum again today, and it seems that they believe it's now more of a hardware issue for people. So they've fought their way through the process, and they think their driver is correct. The main thing that's coming out of the forum investigation, or the people are saying on the forum, is it's more that people are using the wrong cables or connecting to the PlayStation through the wrong port. They believe you should connect to the PlayStation through the rear port. Well, I've always led to believe you put your controller through the front port, and I've got a cooling fan and a charging setup through the rear ports. So if I go to the rear ports, I'm going to be interrupting my cooling, and I'm also going to be splitting the port. So I don't want to do that, so I'm still going through the front port. But so they're trying to say it's PlayStation that's at fault, I think, is what they're saying. Now, if I get one disconnect a fortnight, and it doesn't happen during my league races, is that good enough? You know, is that good enough? I don't know. I don't believe it is. But I'm prepared to let them work it out. All I've done is just install the new drivers and update the firmware. I haven't done any fiddling or messing about. So I've still got the fiddling messing about to do if the cutouts become continuous. But I'm hoping they're not going to. So let's have a look at Watkins. I'm in 5th place right now, a 134.780. Az has just jumped to 134.699. That was ahead of Sam. Cavs has moved back up above. I just got ahead of Cavs. Nathan has come in with exactly the same time as Cavs. And Sam, of course, has moved up. I genuinely want to go back and have a go at this. And when's this one up? This one's up next Thursday, isn't it? I'm not going to have much time for that. So I'll probably have a little bit of a stab at that tonight, just to see if we can improve at all. And this one, well, we will, no, we won't rent a car. We'll select one from the garage, as we know we're already using it. And let's have a look at where we are. So Nathan is top with a 2:15.379. Cavs very quick. Scampy there, look, in 3rd place. Turbo Tom, 4:20, as is their 2:17, etc. No Sam, haven't seen him on this one. But let's go and have a crack. Let's see where we can get to. We're going to have to understand what settings it's going to be on. Sports Hards, is it? Oh my lord, with Bop. What have we got on? Well, let's go to the race, then we'll sort out. We'll sort out what help aids we're going to use or not use. And just do what we need to do. Assists, traction control 1, I guess that's where we're going to be. ABS on default for now. And then counter steer, we'll just turn that off for a minute. We've had a look at the ranking. What is the gold time? 2:18.650. Oh, it looks like the time is not going to be a challenge to get gold, is it really? 2:18.650. 30th place, lots of people getting gold. Happy days. That's good. That means the fastest boys haven't ripped the hell out of this yet. Let's see where we go and let's see what help aids we're going to put on. It's a different layout, isn't it? It is not the full. It is the full. Yes, it is. Happy days. Braking points then. They're the first things we're going to work out. No gear change again. We know how much we can rob of this circuit. I won't just do that yet. We've done many 1,000 laps here. And I don't anticipate we would overly need to... What's the word? Relearn the course. I haven't got brake balance on, have I? I guess one would need to... go and get that. Okay, Olive. I apologise for the translation. So we had a little tweak through there. Got to straddle the sausage. We're straddling the sausage tonight, folks. I want to get a ghost lap in first. Going to brake on the black side. Probably left it too late. Absolutely smashing the brakes. There we go. Left wheel on the curb almost. And this is the challenging corner now. You can't overly smash that apex because you're going to hit this wall since they did update 1.33. This course benefits massively from being smooth and not sliding the car too much. The brake points seem to work out beautifully. Did we want a 2:18 for gold? 2:18.6. Yeah, we we're just outside. Not a bad first effort. So I've just got to beat the ghost. You've worked out and predicted the slide of the car, you should be pretty much able to gain on your ghost. And you kind of run it a bit erratically here. I'm going to straight line it first, then I'm going to turn it in. We were quite lucky last time round, weren't we? Brake on the end of this curb. 2 stabs at the throttle there. See if we can really super straddle that sausage this time. Almost. Very much quicker through there, didn't have to lift. Yeah, unfortunately, Olive, there isn't, I'm afraid. I make sure I choose subtitle languages when I'm making the videos, and it'll take a little bit of processing for the subtitles to come through, I guess, on the live ones. That'll be 4 to 6 hours after the live production, so I lost the time through there. I had to brake, the car was sliding. Let's see if we can gain a little bit through here. Super smooth, that's what I want to be. Actually lifted my feet off the pedals there. Both pedals, just to allow the car to roll through. We're gaining about half a second here, aren't we? We're not going to gain massively. See if we can get it on lap 3. Oh, she's locked up rather too much. Still green, not red. I think this one will benefit from some counter steer and ASM, I would have thought. Got a counter steer on it, that's gone red. Okay. Kind of expected it when you start to push. Run that round as line as late as we can. Get this one done and get to the Skoda. See if we can really... We had to lift there, see if we can smash out some time on the Skoda. I'm kind of feeling good for that one. On the black sign. I wonder if that would have kicked us off for rubbing the wall there. Might have done. I've got to brake before that black sign, before the electronic marshal flag. Doesn't seem to be the same boundaries as the Lego race, so I've got to change my normal natural line just a little bit. Red here, so this lap doesn't count, so it says the next one is important though. Didn't have to fluff that, did I? Come on the brakes early. Now hopefully that blue time is against my fastest lap. Or the time on the screen and not my previous fastest lap. Or my previous lap. Hopefully this is fastest lap. Good under brake in there. Just braked that a little bit early. And allowed the brake to come off naturally. Trying to get the car to rotate under braking. See if we can straddle this sausage properly. We did. Don't want to lift. I had a micro lift, I must admit. Then we're going to brake before the black sign, just after the 100. Gas there, nice and low, drop in time, but we know there's time to make up here significantly. There we go, there we go. Let's just try and plug it a bit tighter here, which I haven't done. Didn't do what I intended to do. Ooh, let it slide away from me there. We might just get inside an 18.6, so that'll be gold, I would think. One would hope. Oh, it's just outside. Let's just keep going. Let's do one more lap. It wants to squirt under acceleration, doesn't it? It wants to squirt out of the hole. Oh, that's a terrible phrase. I shouldn't say that. It wants to squirm out of the apex. Ah, we went red. Let's save that best lap anyway. 2:18.4. 15 miles to get to there. Oh, we're gold anyway, we're in. But look at that. That's a tremendous, tremendous amount of people with gold. That's excellent. That's epic. So, let's... we're using our own car, aren't we? Let's just... Let's go to ABS weak for a minute. And let's put ASM on. See if that... Oh, we haven't got counter steer on. Oh. I thought we had counter steer on. Let's put that on and see if we're gonna be able to make a tremendous improvement. Let's see. ABS weak might be a little bit of a challenge. Let's see what it does. I did actually lift the pedal a couple of times under that braking. See if we can get it to squirt out the hole. There we go. It didn't, but it didn't turn quite as much. Ah, we just went red. Just running that. Try again. I think the Watkins test is going to be slightly more frustrating than this one because we've conquered the tough stuff in terms of being able to get gold and get as far up the tree. We're now going to try and optimise what I'm capable of. This one is a much longer test. There we go, just hold it in a bit tighter, that's the way. Look forward to the second lap when we've got the clock. Ooh, braked a little bit too late there, especially with weak ABS as well. That's not quite getting into the apex with weak ABS, and the lack of turning. Kind of feels like this car is a little bit four-wheelie drive. Not sure it is. Brake just after the 100. All the brakes. 2 attempts at a turn in. I want to try and hold the car in a little bit tighter there, which means slowing down somewhat. Very squealy car, isn't it? Not a lot of engine noise to cover up the tyre squeal. So just outside gold. Brakes through there. It'll be the same here, I think. I'm just going to hold it on the brake and then power in. Just a little bit of time coming out of there, but I'm going to brake just after this yellow block before the point on that white paint on the outside of the track. Time is against the previous lap, not against the ghost. You can dive in quite early there as long as you get your wheels on those white painted triangles. Oh, we lost a bit through there. Still be a quicker one, won't it? After the 100. All the pressure on the brake, and I am absolutely pulverising that brake. I'm using the back of the seat to lever against that brake pedal. It'll be interesting to know just how much force, how many kilograms are being applied through there. I wonder if there's something in the Fanatec app that will show you how much brake force you're applying with your left foot through that brake pedal. There's a better line through there, much better. Oh yes. Yeah, happier with that line. I think I can go slightly left through there. This should be improving on the gold somewhat. An 18-1. Oversteering it around there, actually putting in loads of steering, loads of squeal, but we're not paying for the tyres, so it doesn't matter. Welcome back, the Scampster. You can see the time we've achieved. Oh dear. Gold is an 18.630 or 680, something like that. So we're well into the golds. I think that's a safe, secure gold now. We don't really have to prove anything on this. Oh, we got blacked there, didn't we? We got redded. think I'm happy at this point to just try a little bit of ASM, see if that's going to help us. 218,157. There we are, into the 7,000s. We'll just see where that puts us on the friends list. It's not particularly high, is it? Not inside the top 10, not yet. Into the top 25. That's where we are. Well, let's just try and. I'm going to put that back to default. I was much more confident with that. I'm going to put ASM on. See where we go. See if that can help us at all. What we want it to do is it wanted to turn the car and not slide the car at all. So we're looking for a mid-17, I think. That's where I need to be at. Mid-17 would... Oh, it doesn't want to turn. I think Big Popper might be driving this at the same time. I think a couple of others might be. Seeing how they go. This doesn't want to drive with the ASM on. I can feel it doesn't want to. Sometimes wonder if the auto setting might be better for these non-geared cars. I don't know what it would change, but I wonder what it would bring to the park. Because the car is 100% automatic. I don't know. I wonder what it would adjust. He's away, isn't he? No TC or ASM needed. I've got to turn TC. I've got to turn TC off yet. That's what the next step is. The next step is we've tried the ASM, and we're going to turn the TC off. Definitely. I felt it's better with counter steer. Just feel the way it just grips and turns with the throttle in. Yeah, I'm going to turn them off. Don't really like how that felt, but we're going to do that. Traction control off, the default ABS, I'm going to turn that off, I'm going to leave the counter steer on strong. I didn't need to save the replay then, did I? No, I wasn't doing any fast ones. That's where we want the grip. So TC is off, he says. TC is off. Put on the timing. I'm going to really cut across these two curbs here. Listen to that engine engage once we bang that throttle in. You can hear this like grunching sound. Really want my curbs over that orange. Really want my tyres over that orange curb. Default ABS is much more positive than weak. Again, I've said it already tonight, smooth here is going to win you more prizes. Oh yeah, feels much better. Traction control makes hardly zero difference. I'm still quite assured it's not going to spin out on me. Leave me facing the wrong way in the gravel. That's what I don't want to be doing. There we go. Had to lift. Car was sliding so much. Car roll a little bit. We can still cut the same amount as we do when we're running the Lego Majuro race in the human comedy. Yeah, we've caught up there a little bit, haven't we? Should be into the 17s quite nicely. Yeah, I would have thought that's an easy 17. 17.5. I'm happy with that. Just crossed my arms as I came out of that corner, which is always an indicator that you're pushing. Just hearing those wheels slide just a little bit. Just lost a little bit of time coming up the hill there, which just going to lift the throttle a bit as we go into here, see if I can just push on, try and get a bit straighter acceleration. We lost a quarter of a second as a consequence of those S's, but we're back on it, we're back up there. Just a bit of straight line as we came across the sausage, which was, yeah, bad phrase. Double entendre are rolling. We lost time coming out of there. We should be able to gain. If we get this next corner right, we should be able to do this without a lift. Let's see if we can just cut that apex just a wee bit. There we go. There we go. We're on top of that. Beautiful. Got the car to turn on this curb. So I'm targeting a 16 now. I think the 16 is going to be on my wanted list. Not necessarily this lap, and we lost a little bit of time coming out there, but the 16 is definitely on the capability cards. Quicker way around that corner, really, that would be nice. The 16 would be good. And punch the brakes on the end of that white arrow, that white pointy bit. I was slower through there, believe it or not. Yeah. Just catching that time up a little bit. Slow into there, didn't get the car down into the apex, but we kept the speed on, which isn't too bad. And we lost time coming out of there, which is a shame. We know we've got some little time gaps up here that we can claim time on, going into and out of the big corner, for example. Going to brake just after the 100. I'm going to try and get on the throttle much earlier, which we did. Just punched the throttle. Now, we were very quick through here last time, so let's see if we can just keep that momentum going. We lost a little bit, but still up. Come on. Lost it all. Yeah, massive loss there. Carrying too much speed there. Okay, next time round. Good evening, Mr. Asaka. Welcome to the channel for this evening. Let's get into it. Come on. Ooh, just wanted that to turn just a little bit more. Who sang ooh ah just a little bit? Was that Steps or somebody? We lost loads of time coming out of there, didn't we? We were not good. Ooh ah, just a little. I know who that is, you dumb numb. It's the Eurovision Song Contest winner. Contender. We know who it was. Come on, Jimbo, think about it. We've lost it onto the grass. And what was her name? Don't tell me, I know who it is. It'll come back to me. It's not Sunita. She's Ginger. She's one of the Ginger Brigade. Gina G! That's it, Gina G. Mine. It's because I've had tequila. That's what it is. I've got a right sweat on as well. That tequila's coming out with pores. The Ghost is so far ahead on this lap that it's going faint. I'm not going faint. It's warm in here though. I do need to think about moving the Dyson air conditioning upstairs. We do need to think about that. Get some air movement. The PlayStation and the PC are kicking out quite some heat. 1.5 seconds down, not good. It was forgetting Gina G's name that caused us to be this far down. So, didn't want to turn in then, did it? Whoa, just weight balance all wrong. Right, this time then, we've got a 2:17.067 optimal. Let's see if we can get anywhere near that. I'm going to brake before the second to last black sign above the track, brake marker. Get the car to turn there. We're a tenth down, more than a tenth, 2 tenths. Second down. That last lap was pretty impressive then. I'm starting to think a 2:16 is not on the cards, but let's see if there's any room. We can just try and force it in. Half a second down. Oh my lord. Not quite getting into that corner as much as I was. This one I'm riding the top, which is beautiful. Gaining a bit back. Nice to see that blue arrow back. And now the red arrow's back, which is never good. Well, I know we want more time at the other circuit, don't we? Let's see where this puts us. Let's save this replay. Optimal's 2:17. We're in 2,181. Inside the 2%. We're still not in the top 10, top 13. So I need a 2:16 really to get me anywhere near the top. Let's go back and try that. Scampy's almost 2:15. Well, that's a challenge to behold, isn't it? Let's see if we can get there. Let's see if we can get there. What do you mean, feck? What have I done? Oh, you thought I wasn't going to do just the one more time. Ah, sorry. I don't ever do the one more time thing. That's not me, is it? Just one more go. I've actually lifted my foot off the brake pedal there. I've got to commit to the brake and hold the brake. Go and get the car to turn. Oh, I would be, Scamps. I'd be happy if I was third in my friends list. It's been a long time since I've been in that top quarter, that top percentile. I'm not usually in my top 3 of my friends list anymore. My friends list has got so good. I said that on the video the other night. My friends list has become quite the competitive thing. It's there's a few fast people in it now. It's not so bad, is it? It's not bad. I love the track. It's one of my favourite tracks, as people know. It's just this one is going to be really quite a challenge, I think. I've got to brake earlier there. I'm braking too late. Because I brake later, I genuinely have to get off the throttle more and it slows the car down. Yeah, because this is the home of the human comedy, Lago Maggiore, I find I've done plenty of laps here. I'm just not as fast as I could be at this circuit, to be honest. I think if I get better on this wheel, I think I have the advantage with the knowledge I've got of this circuit and the changes, because the grip coefficient's changed massively since update 1.33. I was much faster in 1.3 because there were more places you could cut the circuit. You can't quite cut it so much nowadays. I just exploited a bit of a cut there. Get the car to turn, there we go. I could knock off a 10th here. If I can brake just early enough here and get the car into that curb, we might be able to... Oh, he was almost close to losing the time there, wasn't he? This should be a 260. There it is. So let's see if we can find a shed load more. I've took the hands off the wheel there and thrown the steering a little bit. So we've moved to force feedback 5 as opposed to 3. And I know we need to get these S's faster, so mistake back there in turn 4. We should exploit that curb a lot more. I'm going to brake just before the start of these curbs. Get the car down and in. Get on the gas early. See if we can really attack that. That goes time. Oh my lord, look at that. Shockingly bad. Yeah, we're all over it. Let's go and save that time. 2:16.9. Will that get us into the top 10? 2:16.902. Right, we're into the top 10 now. We're up there in 7th place. And we've got 1.5 seconds to take off. Happy days. Ooh. His left shoulder's hurting again. That's a better line in there. Look at the pickup there. There we go. Right. Really want to attack this turn 1. Really smash that brake. Get the car turned in. Car was too slow, too tight out the corner. I wonder whether this car doesn't like to roll. I think you need to have some form of power or brake applied at all time. Oh. There's the turning point. That's the speed. When that front end catches and drives through the corner, that's when it's good. It brakes as it rolls. I think I'm turning too much out of that corner. It slows the car too much when I'm trying to maneuver it, manhandle it in such that way. Definitely has a body roll, doesn't it? Definitely does. Oh no! Blew that. Pushing hard now. We can exploit that corner much more yet. No, I believe that. Scampy's just said he doesn't think it coasts as well as you think it does. No, I don't. It slides more. It likes to either have brakes or power, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. And I think... I wonder whether a little bit of throttle... Being an electric car, though, it will use some level of engine braking, won't it, through retardation, applying opposite current to the engine. I do believe electric cars still have the same traditional braking system, don't they, to some degree? Even though engine braking is a thing, it can be extremely sharp and severe engine braking. We missed that apex big time. There goes Skoda time very soon. I think the window to gold on this one is massive, that I don't think there's massive amounts of reward other than personal, very much personal targets to spend a couple of hours on here. I think we could very much definitely set a benchmark and we can attempt to conquer that and definitely bring ourselves some personal satisfaction, I think. I don't think it's a particularly difficult car to drive. Turn counter steer off. We could try. We could try. Good for kids in their bedroom, yeah. I agree, I like Scalextrics. Scalextrics is very good. I'm not a massive fan of the world's electric cars at the minute. Skoda one finishes on Thursday night. I'm going back there today, definitely. I'm going to have a little attempt at the top times on that. I'd like to get in the top 100. That would be a happy time for me. I think there's a bit more room in that one. I don't think there's much room in this one for me. Let me get back on the throttle there. Ooh, look at that. I really want to get across this apex here. There, like that. I'm going on the Skoda one today, definitely. How did I lose all that time there? That's ridiculous. I went from minus 0.115 to 0. That must be against my ghost, not against the... must be against my last lap, not against my ghost. Because the ghost, of course, is 16.902, but that time that the blue's against is against the 217. Let's see if we can just brake a teeny bit later down here. Just outside target. And it went red as soon as I touched that wall. That's a shame. Yeah, happy days. Counter steer off, did you say? I think I've got to save. Oh, the best time was there was 2:17.577. Counter steer off. Let's try it. I know we've tried it with counter steer off to start with, but let's see. Doesn't feel as assured, it doesn't feel as poised, doesn't feel as though I can nail it to come out of corner. Let's see if it turns in. I want to be on the very apex of that corner. No, it doesn't, it wants to slide. Counter steer seems to want to keep the back of the car in line and power out. See where it goes though. I'm going to give up on it just quite yet. But I am getting the Skoda itch. Doesn't want to turn quite as well. Doesn't want me to put my foot in the throttle just as early as it was doing with it on. Try and stay away from that wall. Had to lift massively there to stop the slide. Didn't quite work, but oh, we're sliding big time. It's a decent effort though for first lap. We'll see where we can go on the second lap. We know where we messed up a wee bit, so we'll have a second ghost for the first time tonight. Had to brake really late there. I had to have a double dip. You know you don't want a double dip, really. Unless you eat it all, of course. Brake too late. Still a gold though, wasn't it? Didn't like that. I prefer counter steer, I'm afraid. I do prefer counter steer. The car just accepts the throttle better. It likes the braking better. So I'm going to put counter steer back on. Intuition, that's what it tells me. Yeah, it's hitting them without the double attempts. I keep taking 2 efforts to get to the apex, and I keep taking 2 efforts to bang the throttle to get out the corner. That was too slow there. Top 1000 would be a decent place for me. I'd be happy with that. You can't hit the green sticks, obviously, but you can put a tyre over the apex, over the orange curb. Brakes so much later into there. Default ABS definitely the braking method of choice. Let's see if I can get anywhere near with this one. It's more of a town car, isn't it, than a race car. It's actually went to look at an electric car the other day. I went to look at Polestar 4, and I was quite disappointed at just the performance figures for it. We brushed the wall. Okay, 10.4 Scamster. I tend not to overly cut, but agreed, you probably can. I'll see what I can do, but I don't think I've achieved my optimal on my lap yet, but let's see. Yeah, so I went to look at the Polestar 4.2 and wasn't impressed at a 7.4 seconds to 60 time. Not at all. I want to see Tesla figures in every electric car that I go in. I don't want to see family sedan numbers. Generally do want to that's where the new Alpine car seems to set the bar quite well. The Renault 5 platformed car seems to want to be the platform for me for the future. If I was to go electric. We're talking about replacing the Mini today. It's a nice little runabout. It keeps me smiling, but it's not practical. It's not a car that will outlive me, so to speak. It's not a car that will, Jill finds it uncomfortable. I find it uncomfortable. It's as fast as hell, and it's noisy and it's fun, but it's not a car for the future. brake that little bit earlier here again. Just can't get the car to slow down the way I want it to do. Losing time coming out of there. Just got to brake that little bit earlier every time. Just keep braking earlier and you'll get it to do what you want it to do. Come on, boy. Let's go. I know I can cut that one so much more. I don't think this is a new time, is it? I don't think so. We're gaining, but I don't think it is. Oh, it is. It is. Hey! Gotta find another trick. Look at that optimal 216.6. It's coming down. I just changed gear. Can't get the car to want to stop into there. Is there a brake balance option? I'm going to exit. I'm going to see if brake balance would be allowed. I know I haven't brought brake balance on the car, but 216.619. We're moving up. We're into 6th. We're on our way. We're on our way. Let's just go and see if brake balance is a thing. Need to get some fluid into me. I'm feeling a little bit. I've still got the big hunks of lime in there from the tequila. I also don't know if a wheel change would benefit. Brake balance adjuster. Where is it? There it is. I don't know whether a wheel size. I wonder if some aero might work. Let's see. There's no custom parts. Wheels we can put on. What do we think look tasty? Tidy. Oh, look. Interesting. 21 inch. Are you having a giraffe, Mo? Let's get some rubber on the case. Let's see if that has an effect. There's no aero we can put onto it, is there? I don't think. There's no racing bits. There's other car bits. I wonder if there's a new grille. Oh, shouldn't have left quite so quickly. Just a number plate. Ain't gonna do for much, is it? But we've got sporty wheels on. Yeah, well we'll just see, and then we can return to default. It's 21 inch default on it, so we can go and see. Just see if the rolling radius, rolling radius. Just see if the amount of grip changes because of more sidewall or less sidewall. That's what we're going to try and do. See if the brake balance has a factor. Right, settings, car settings. Is it going to let us? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to actually. No, there's no brake balance adjustment. We'll see if the acceleration changes with smaller wheel size. See if there's more temperature in the tyres with more black stuff, more rubber. I probably should have put the Ghost on. We'll see. Yeah, see, some people will tell you these things don't matter because it's bopped and it doesn't make a difference. Well, I'm already feeling the car wants to turn in more. I'm already feeling it wants to slide a little bit more. I don't know if it's accelerating anymore, but it's without a Ghost chasing. I'm not chasing a Ghost, so can't tell whether it's actually faster up or down or whatever, but all things to try. Brake balance isn't a thing, so I know it would brake so much better with a whack of front brake balance diving into these heavy braking corners. It would definitely stop a little bit quicker. But I only change these things later on in the game when we're scrabbling for or searching for tenths, 2/10, whatever. It's got to be worth a little stab. It feels slower. It's going to be 218 something, I think. 17.1. That Ghost is the last Ghost they used, isn't it? That's the last lap, which is still a pretty decent time. Wonder how JB got on his second day on the demo driving today. I'm expecting and hoping to be loving it. We lost a bit of time coming out of there. We're just going to quit out in a minute. We're going to pop the other Ghost back on, because I think we stand a little chance of beating that ghost with these latest adjustments. The car wants to grip so much more. It wants to slide, but it wants to grip into the slide. Yeah, let's kick out and reset that ghost. I should have put it on, to be honest. And the mileage today is from making videos. I've made a couple of videos today, which you'll see over the next couple of days. We are attempting to get through the grind courses, the grind for the Le Mans, demonstrating each and every car that we can. Selection of GT3s, selection of GT7s, GT7s, GR1s. That's what we want to be doing. Yeah, it's a pain in the buttress, isn't it? It's a pain in the buttress. That much we do know. Yeah, I think there's so much more technically about that, though. I think there's more to it. 216.837. Do you have to do the same, or is it just me? Because I feel like it's just me sometimes. Oh, chair's a bit weird. But I think everybody would need to suffer from the same problem. You have to too, yeah. So it's not just me. Right, ghost. There she be. Oh, didn't want to get into that apex, did it? No. We cut that way too much, but I saw that coming, but I had the groove. Really got it to turn in. I've seen Wilkster today. Sunday's his missus day though, isn't it? Yeah, Sunday's his day for missus. So, might get it to see him. We might do this, yeah. We're going to do a stream tomorrow night, because we missed last night. But that was a day for my missus yesterday. We will make up some hours on a stream tomorrow night, I think. Get on the gas early here without spreading it too far wide. You have to keep your right tyres inside of that green chunk. Braking at the end of the yellow now. Rolled my foot over onto the throttle there. Didn't feel like I had it pressed all the way, and it just moved about half an inch as I rolled my foot. A little bit there. Absolutely, that's the way it seems. Yes. 100% Mr. Scamster. That one's a bit of a throw though. If you hit that curb right, or what you feel is right, it will send you all the way across, because you slide on the grass and you just don't have any traction, which is what we just experienced there. But I'm going to have 2 or 3 more laps of this, and then we're going to make our way to Scodersville. We might come back to this. Might come back to it. I'd like to be in the top 1,000. I don't think I want to apply myself quite so much to get to the top of my friends list on this one, but we will certainly give it my best shot. There's a song. There we go, we hit the grass just there, which is a frustration. I don't really want to give this lap up now that I've got the times going. I brake way too late. I don't need to beat you. I don't need to beat you. What I've realised is my friends list now is exceptionally quick. I could sit here all night thrashing away and gain nothing. I'd learn nothing by just trying to thrash away and do it. I've got to go and... It's the 2 hour rule. If it's going to take you 2 hours to do it, to get to the gold, there's no point. Because you can earn more credits going and grinding in those 2 hours. But when my talent runs out, it's run out. And there's no point me thrashing away trying to get a hot lap in. Because it's just not going to learn anything. It's just going to frustrate and annoy me, and there's just no point. I've been there. I've been at the point where I want to throw the wheel away. I've got a long way to learn. I've got a long way to go in learning and understanding this wheel and settings, etc. So, oh dear. Like you say, you did it without counter steer. I actually don't think these wheel settings are helping. So I'm going to go back to the standard setup. Just trying to understand. I'm not going to repeat that message online. That's just not fair. 1,168. Oh, that left shoulder. Oh, there we go. Wheels. Do they have a wide fitting? No. Didn't have any of the sizes either. Coke and lime, very nice. Real lime as well. No feedback from Fanatec, no. Just the one cut out on Friday night on the race, but in exactly the same way. I've been reading the forum today about fixes, and they're suggesting using the firmware from today's drivers, from last week's driver package, but then the older software version. I'm not overly concerned about chopping and changing the software to meet the process. I've got my ticket in. If they come back to me for more information, I know they're not going to let me return the wheel, not without a restocking fee, which will probably equate to like 20%. So I know they'll fix it. I know they'll come good with the process. It's just going to take time. I'd already committed, you see. I've spent the money. There isn't... I suppose they have failed in the major process of, you know, you've paid for a product, isn't doing exactly what it needs to do. I probably could, but I've lost the money on the import fee then, haven't I? You know, it's all those disadvantages of buying internationally. I mean, there's so many people reporting problems with it. It's unreal. For them to come back and suggest actually it's a personal hardware issue. It's plugging it into the PlayStation in the wrong port. That would only sort of tell me that it's a power problem, because there's slightly more power coming through the front connection ports rather than the rears or something. It doesn't sort of fill me any surety they've actually found the problem. They're passing the buck at that point. There's people complaining of the same problem on PC. But then people are connecting their wheels through powered hubs, and you're not supposed to. You're supposed to connect it through a main USB port on your machine. So if people are doing that and complaining, then I can understand Fanatec trying to pass the buck off, but so many people have got the problem that I do have to question as to, you know, where the actual problem is. I do want to get it set up and have a good crack at a decent PC sim and see if I get the cutout after an hour or two there. But if GT Omega could just come through with the back-ordered parts and get the monitors set up, and then I'm in a world of needing to purchase some more HDMI cables. I've run out of HDMI cables, can't believe it. I've got 10 current active monitors in the room, and everyone's got a HDMI or a DP cable, and I've just scrapped 3 DP cables for being not very good, so I need to purchase two more cables. And I don't... Oh, that's just slid right off to the right. Oh, I don't know whether to put each one on switches from my main PC that allow me to just change monitors on the output. So if I put a switch on the back end of each of the graphics ports on the back of the graphics card, I've got one on there already that swaps the monitor above my screen to the big TV next to my computer. Oh, press the wrong button. So I don't know whether to buy 3 more switches. It was mud. It was, what was I playing? I've got Snow... It was Mud Runner I was playing the other night. I bought Mud Runner for a tenner. Just thought I'd give that a whirl. I've got Snow Runner. Snow Runner's quite good. But Mud Runner is a little bit older. But the same principle. I just can't use the wheel. The wheel doesn't work with it. It's all controller, which is a frustration. So... And the controller is just such a... It's donkey. I was concentrating on the chat. But the... you can't use the wheel. You have to use... you have to use the controller. And the controller is just not... You can't center the wheel. You have to turn the wheel back. The steering wheel, that is, by the way. It doesn't recenter and it doesn't auto recenter. You have to... I can't stop this now. I'm beyond caring about this. My heart is no longer in it. Let's see where I've got to then at the first push. It's 10:30. I've been doing it for an hour and a half. You know, about an hour, I'd say. About an hour. Up to 6th place on the friends list. There's a couple of people ahead of me. I'll come back to that next weekend. Let's go and do something we can potentially have some real fun at. See if we can really have a slingshot. I've also bought another version of the game, so I've now got a second login. And I say a sucker. Neil was trying to tell me I didn't need to buy another version of the game. What I'm struggling with another version of the game is getting the same 2 accounts on the same PlayStation Network account so I can share my subscription. At the moment, I can't seem to get it done. I've set my PS5 as the primary, set my PS4 as the secondary, and it just doesn't seem to want to play. So whatever we need to do is whatever we do. Good evening, DMC. Welcome to the channel. Well, it's a stunning place. Well, I say it's a stunning place to be. I think so. It's very informative on the game. Just ask this lot. As with anything, I've just gone into there, 123rd on this time trial. So we're 5th, just behind Az. Cavs has managed to sneak up. Cavs was the person that gave me the push to do better. Nathan from Australia, look, he's just pushing tops. And Sam's actually had another go. Many thanks for the subscription, DMC. It's much appreciated. If there's anything you want, my friend, just shout up. Global ranking, we're on the 2nd page. And I've just got to see if he's still there. There's me. Twitch DJ Olive. I don't think that's off. YouTube, the Kai 25. There he is. Good evening, Samster. Welcome. Sam stepped in to see if I'm actually going to be doing anything more here, isn't he? I'll not speak for Sam. Sam will speak for himself. But a 134.780 was where I got to the other night. We're going to see if I can improve that at all. Assist, traction control off. Default ABS is where I think I was better off. But we're going to flick between the two. ASM and counter steer on. Sam has said today he hasn't used the assist, so he could find some assistance, I think. It's the last 2 corners that I find challenging. Let's see. Let's see. On the 400. We missed it. We had to really come off the throttle there. So first lap's going to be fun. Find out just if we're any quicker. Managed to keep it flat there. Hopefully you can see that on the foot cam. Braking on the 400. Back on the throttle, just a tiny bit under braking. Just felt the right thing to do to get low into this corner on the brakes. Let it run now, hit the throttle. Chase that ghost car down, brake at the 225. Oh, it's coming in hard, gone too wide. I think I need to change the braking already. I think it needs to be on. I think it needs to be. The other one doesn't it? It needs to be on weak. Few days since I've done this. Going to brake just beyond the 300, and when we really get close to that ghost, we'll start to see how the brakes work on that thing. Well, I braked a little bit too late there. Yeah, the default ABS is not helping me here. I think I need to go to weak. Bit erratic. Come on, it's first lap. First lap's not going to be too bad. We're a long way back on what our potential is. There we go. That was a better hit. Getting up here without lifting the throttle is very key. I knew that was coming. I just braked a little bit too much, which caused the car to turn in early to that second apex. But let's not worry about it. Let's just focus on what we're doing. Default ABS. It does work. Just got to brake at the right point. This corner is a key, is to be accelerating all the way round from the point where you release the brake. Past the 300. Leave it wide, 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 wide. Back on. Brake before that sign on the right hand side and keep it in tight. That's fastest line through here. This corner I haven't worked out at all. Yeah. Good evening, fat man. There we retry. I'd naffed up the next lap, so there was no point. No point trying. I don't know if there's anything more in this for me. I really don't. Am I happy with where I am? Yes. Do I want to be top 100? Yes, I do. That's where I want to be. Top 100 would be absolutely divine. Top 100 would really be happy. Too wide this time. I was conscious of the braking point and letting go of the throttle. Oh, just have a crack at it, Sam. It's the same setup as this. Auto car, no gears. It is really weird not having gears, but it's exactly the same setup. It's a track you know, and you'll smash it, mate. Again, I've been exploiting the assist to try and get me some help, but I'm a second behind Scampy, and Scampy's, I'm not playing Scampy's part down, it's just, it's having the passion for it, I guess, but Scampy's really blown that out of the water. He's done really well. So do I keep changing gear. It's a frustration. This will be a faster ghost then. This will be in the 135s, I hope. Yeah. I want to try and reduce my pedal stroke on my brakes, but it feels right being this amount of travel, but I want to exploit the pressure sensitivity of this pedal technique. I get what Sam said a couple of 3 weeks ago now about how the brakes work, and this test has taught me how these brakes work. I understand it. I think I understand it. I understand what Sam was trying to tell me now about just how the braking system works and what you've got to do to get the most from the brakes. I mean, to be able to smash the brakes and not lock up is so different to driving the G29. You did well, Scamps. But it's so different to the G29 and how the braking works. Because you could never press the pedal all the way to the floor because you just lock the thing up. And on this one, it never locks up. You never push through to the ABS. For whatever reason, it just won't do it. I'm turning in way too early for that corner. I'm not going to get through that corner, no. So 135.7, I'm a whole second down. I'm just hot as hell. Right sweat on. It's the last two corners that are letting me down again, I think. Like I say, I want to see if there's a brake force indicator in the Fanatec app to show you if there's how much brake pressure you're applying, because Sam said something about 30 kilo and I reckon I'm stomping 100 the way I'm pressing this pedal. I feel I'm going to break it sometimes. There, back on the throttle nice and early. That's going to be good at beating my ghost here, but it's not going to be good at beating my fastest lap time. Came out there way too early, and I also let off the brake pedal way too early there as well. Should have kept it in. Not pressing the brake pedal hard enough. Now I think I've certainly got to apply myself that little bit more. What I have done though is I've turned the force feedback up on the wheel, so I might just actually I feel the back of this chair is going to give up. I need to turn my wheel. You're stomping through to about 70 or 90. Where do you find that out, or is that just an estimation? Is that something in the app? I think the back of this chair is going to give way at some point. Pushes your rig apart after a while. Well, this is hopefully that little bit more securely pushed together, but ooh, I slid so much. Panel lab tells you, okay, well, I'll have a connect up and have a look. My laptop's downstairs. I'd have to go to the PC to show you all to see. But we'll see. Too much steering input there. I'm not at my fastest time. I'm also not as fast as that Ghost. I was well off. Tonight's fastest Ghost is just got to get that steering wheel straight to get the power down. When you're going quick, those flaps don't come up for whatever reason. If those flaps come up, you're going far too slowly, I think. I think you've got to coast rather than brake at that point of the corner. I think you'll benefit from coasting rather than braking at that point of the corner. You just sneaked that one. So much difference between force feedback 3 and 5. I'm going to read what Sam said in a minute. It just braked itself and went so wide. No, from what you do with your what's the words I'm looking for? With your fitness routine and the lifting that you do, you're going to have a tremendous amount of power in those legs. Now I'm getting old now, but I do have a stocking set of tree trunks for legs. And I've always had a lot of power in my legs. Comes from the sprint cycling and hill climbing on the push bike, that is. Fastest lap, so let's see if we can take a little bit out of there. Just got to brake earlier for that downhill left-hander. Just got to get this a little bit smoother. There we go, that's the line we need. Stay down, you swine dog. Lost a little bit through there. That narrower lower line, there we go. Taking me a little bit to get back to this optimal lap time and speed. There we go. That's better. It's the last two corners where I blow it. And then we shot wide, and I don't know why, and I don't know why. I don't understand. I don't understand why that went so wide. I just try and understand why that happens. I was trying to hold the speed and I didn't press the brake pedal. This is the bit I'm trying to explain about understanding how the brake pedal works. In a normal car, I press the brake pedal to allow a certain level of force. And I know what I did there was I pressed the brake pedal as though I was driving a normal car, just to slow it. But what I still needed to do in this case was press that pedal. I know I had to. That's so frustrating that it's not it's a technique thing. It's not how to drive, it's a technique of how to drive the equipment that is the strange thing there. That was an easy chunk of time to just preserve and just roll through the line. I think I've beaten it by a tenth, that's fine. But no, in this case we were 0.4 up and I wanted to have all that 0.4 in the bank. So I just dabbed the brake to try and slow the car and it didn't. So there's something to learn, something to understand, different equipment, different methodologies of how it works. The car turned beautifully then into that corner. Here we go, here we go. A little bit slow coming out of it, but again, that comes down to not pressing the brake correctly. If you press the brake correctly, the car will slow. I just eased off the throttle there in the acceleration phase. Probably shouldn't have done that. That was 2 bites at the cherry. Oh, brake too much. Didn't allow the car to roll then into the corner. That's a shame. All learning. See if we can, 2 bites at the cherry there with the acceleration. Let's see if we can slow the car down. There we go, that's how you do it. Just held it inside the line. It does, it definitely does. Agreed, Sam. It just makes that turn in to the second apex just that bit sharper. It makes the car rotate a little bit. I don't know whether it's the curbs and the counter steer that just make it do that, but it definitely does. Hey DM, say welcome. We'll see you on the next time. All the best, my friend. Take care. Those aids are a significant aid in terms of everybody says they slow you down. I say everybody. In general, the feeling is that the aids slow you down because they make you... You'd think using the aids there'd be a natural negative because you're using them to help you go faster. But in certain situations, in certain circumstances, these aids actually make you faster. Up and lost loads of time there, but I'd lost the time way before. Yeah, understood. A world's finalist. I think even the world's finalists use aids, external driving cam, etc. I don't know if they force them to use the in-car view at the world finals, ain't they? Just like you, Sam. You're up there with the best of them at most times. That's got to be a ghost time improve. 35.0. So that's coming close to what my previous time was. So we're getting there. 20 laps or so in. Oh, I'm sure there is. I don't see it, but I'm sure there is. To me, that gap is... You've got a much closer, smaller gap than we do. Sam's just saying, for those people watching this later on that don't see the chat below, Sam's just saying there's a big gap between him and the world top 10 in terms of his times, etc. And I get that. I get that. To me, it seems percentage-wise, he's got a much smaller gap to go than I would have to, at least. Right. I've got to get that same positive mental attitude, PMA, that I had the other night when I was just rolling on my own. Just putting the laps in and just feeling good about it. And I appreciate I'm a second down on this lap, but I've just got to find that little groove, that little spot in my brain that says you can do this, kid. And we'll try and touch a 1:34.5. I'd be happy with that. And a bit about that process is just slow in, fast out. Slow down a bit earlier. Get on the gas a bit earlier. And you'll be many more miles an hour faster at the end of the straight. And overall quicker. Ooh! I've got to stop this to read that. The faster you get, the harder it is to find time. So in terms of skill, they're a lot better than me. Oh, that's absolutely right, mate. That's absolutely right. It's my t-shirt stuck to me. So the faster you get, the harder it is to find time. So in terms of skill, they are a lot better. Yes, I'll keep chipping away though. So don't forget, these guys as well, it is their main job. So you've got somebody like Fraga who although he's a race driver and he travels around the world race driving, it's his job. He doesn't do anything else other than drive racing. You go and work 10 hours on a site some days, and like me, I'll do 50 hours a week on my job. I come to this as a hobby in the evening, so to speak, and I haven't made that process of changing to this. I couldn't imagine just how much it would take for me to be able to give up the day job, and then how that would turn out in terms of suddenly switching from 8:30 till midnight 5 nights a week, and then 6 hours on a Saturday, you know, A, making videos, and B, driving consistently on the game and trying to prove a point. I can't see that process happening for me, if ever. You know, long-term goal, yes, it'd be absolutely fantastic for me to give up my day job and move to that full-time process. The running man, he streams 5 days a week, 10 or 12 hours, Yeah, I think it would be awesome to be able to do that. The Running Man does it. He doesn't put his face on the camera, but he does 5, 10, 11-hour days, and he earns, well, he has 6,000 paid subscribers, so at the end of the day he earns well from it, but he's not doing anything different. He's doing, you know, he's playing a game that has an equal skill in terms of shooty gunny, you know. It's phenomenal that he's got that following of people that would just commit 3 to 5 quid a month. 6,000 of them. And I know half of that goes to tax, that's the way it is, but, you know, at the end of the day, he's employing somebody to make his videos for him. What a dream that would be. You sent a photo of that book. Excellent, thank you. I've already started to do a little few things on what we talked about. I'm a long way from being in that position to be able to even consider doing anything like that. You know, it's... I had 2 stabs at that gun. That was terrible. That was absolutely shock appalling. No, that's it. This isn't a job. I never see it as a labour. Occasionally, when I've got massive technical issues and I realise that it's out of my control, there's nothing I can do, then it becomes like a bit like a job. But this, it would be doing everything that I ever chose or wanted to do. It'd just be a pleasure to get out of bed to go and do it, you know. To be able to have a day a week for a different game, to be able to choose to go and race somewhere different, do something different, take on another challenge, enjoy doing the streaming, talking to people, understanding their experience, my experience. Oh, it'd be tremendous. Yeah, something you love. It wouldn't be a job. It wouldn't be a job. It wouldn't be a job. It would genuinely be something that I would apply myself to and keep smashing away at. Well, there's a time. That'll be somewhere close. We just dropped off a little bit at the end there, but that was all acceleration out of the final corner. I didn't even think about that. So that's 0.050 away from, roughly away from a previous best. So we know we're back to there. We know we're on the way to doing it. And look at that. I was just thinking about nothing else other than chatting away as I was driving. Not really concentrating. Just aiming to just hit my lines that I wanted to hit. A little bit slower this time. Hey, well done JB, welcome back. Thanks for the skin tonight, mate. It was happy, it was good. It helped me get to where it got. Absolutely you can't, Sam, you don't know what you've got to give it a try, mate, and anything you need, you've got my support, bud. I'd be interested to know what you're going to call yourself. The YouTuber name. Is it going to be Sammy Snake? Slytherin? Or will you go for something different? I didn't realise it was JB that was chipping in with giving up his happily giving up his day job. How was your Saturday job, JB? Was it good today? Or yesterday? Did you enjoy that? You've got a few ideas. I didn't invest any time at all into reading books or understanding how YouTube went. I just dived straight in. The completely wrong way to do it. Just thought, this is how I want to do it. I've seen YouTubers and I've seen how I like doing it and some I don't like doing it, and I set myself some rules for some red lines that I wouldn't cross, and I still don't cross them really. The bayed bullet. The bald bullet. Well, I think you should go for a name that crosses your, encapsulates your entire process, because I think you've got, good one JB, I think you've got more than just the sim racing to go at. I think if you were to think about how your channel mixes with your other sides of your process, your life, the weightlifting, etc., is there something you can cross over into there, or would you keep it that way aligned so that it was entirely separate? I don't know. It's oh, we're up on time again here. Let's see if I can get this right through the chicane. It slid away. We're still faster. Just lost control of the car though. Just lost control of it. Didn't have the control of the car through that corner. Car slowed down way too much there and I lost another 10th. Voidhead Racing. You see, that unfortunately is some part of it, is a line you'd have to draw. You know, it's, I don't mean about that part of that hobby. I mean the application to process, the, you know, what makes you a good sim racer. Is it the ability to be controlled? Is it about aiming to hone your process? You know, no matter whether you use the supplements that aid you to pumping heaven, I don't know if you have that in Gran Turismo, and I also think you might struggle on a blood test. There's a question for you. If it becomes an Olympic event, which they're talking about it being, could you pass an Olympic event blood test? And I'm not saying that should stop you doing the YouTube thing. What I'm suggesting to you is, if GT7 or sim racing is an Olympic event, and to be in the top 10, you would need to be dope tested. Could you get through it? And that's not me belittling you, that's just saying there are rules and regs to sim racing. And I'd forgotten about that side of bodybuilding, to be honest. Close those two ghosts are. Oh, we just tweaked the grass and look how much that changed the speed. Good night, fat man. All the best, mate. Take care. First MOT. Oh, and then a new car. New car, mate. Happy days. I ummed and ahed for ages about what YouTube name I would use. And Widdowmaker was something I came on about 20 years ago, I must admit. When I joined my first online race team called ATS, I chose the name Widdowmaker because it was synonymous with a couple of films, etc. Well, there's something that I need to stop and read. I was thinking of something more sentimental to do. My dad did love cars and motorsport, as do all of his family on that side, so I wanted to have a name. That'd be good. Yeah, that would be ace, mate. That'd be good, ace. That'd be ace. On the side of it, it's like, yeah, my choice of name was purely association with a film and a car, the AC Cobra. That's where Widdowmaker comes from. U-boat 571. It's also name of a gun, isn't it, the Widdowmaker, rather than just whatever else. But then we tacked on Widdowmaker Racing, which WMR, which again hasn't really settled on anything, but I don't think I would want to call it anything else now. I've been doing it for 2 and a bit years. You know, it's Widdowmaker Racing is pretty much where I'm at. That, oh Christ alive, I was reading text. After I'm up and running, I'd like to put a charity competition on raising money for bereaved kids, hosting a YouTuber versus YouTuber comp. That'd be cool. Widdowmaker is also a Suzuki TL100. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's really what I'm trying to do with. Can I just point out? There's 10 laps there without a red. I'm just rolling laps at this point, aren't I? What is my oh, Jesus Christ. My optimal of 34.6. And that's my first red lap. You could always use what we call you when you beat our times. I don't know what I call Sam when he beats our times. FFS. Really not making any gains here, am I? I'm just trying to get that optimal. Good day, folks. Effing Sam here. Yeah. Getting the car low into this corner and getting on the throttle as early as possible is your key, one of the keys to a fast lap at this circuit. Doing that corner. Demonetised straight out of the back. Well, that's another thing to think about. What's the problem with a couple of videos that get demonetized but get views? You've got to find that fine line between demonetization and receiving a strike. Because they're the interesting bit. What happens when you get a strike and how you get away from that strike and how you justify what you've done. Sam the Saint. I just didn't get that turn into that second apex there. And I've let it run wide. B for Bollins. I think he could play on that name. That's the line I need. And then not that line. I came into there much quicker. It is, yes, Big Popper, yes. Wouldn't really work as a YouTuber name, that. Oh, twonk. 11:13. I think I'm at about my expiration point for this test. I think I've given it everything I've got at this stage. I don't know if I've got any more to give. I'm just going to have one more go. More go at putting everything into a lap to get everything right. And at the minute it starts to go wrong as I come into the chicane, and then the final corner. Keep it on the black stuff. Absolutely, one more lap. Just let it run through there. I felt it do the turning. I just lifted my foot off the brake just a fraction too early. I think you'd learn a lot from Sam if Sam was to start a YouTube channel and you followed Sam. I think you'd, like I said, I believe Sam's he's tutored quite a bit in the past, and I genuinely think he would be able to tutor more people than I have in that sense, in a more positive way. I think I've just developed this way of doing things to get gold. I'm not necessarily fast, so, and I'm not justifying myself or putting myself down in that to Sam. I'm just saying I think Sam would have a good way on the channel to really get himself out there and to be able to coach people. The hard miles are done in the first 2 years. I'm still in that hard miles, and I just have to see if Sam can make it take off at the start and get it to grow. That's what it's all about, get that growth and get it running. I just let the brake off just a fraction as the car turned in, and it just ran away from the apex. I missed the turning point there, just a tenth. Lost another tenth there from the wrong line. Long line there. Lost 3/4 of a tenth. It's easy to do it. We've got to find that route to gold. Come on. No, I get that. I'm not trying to put myself down. What I'm saying is I think Sam will have an extra dimension to his coaching ability. And it won't be coaching. I can't find the words to say it. I'm not trying to put myself down. What I'm saying today, Sam will have another dimension that I don't have, because he's got experience outside of well, greater than I have. He's done similar sorts of things, but not on a YouTube. Well, he has. He's done it on YouTube as well. He's tried it before, so and he's definitely got more of a talent. So. Yeah, that's probably what I'm trying to say. A different style. He'll probably have a different approach as well. So he won't do 1,000 videos of how to conquer the license tests and the circuit experiences. He'll probably do key ones like the Nürburgring. S10. I've just missed the apex. I just completely blew that. He'll do a demonstration for S10, won't he? And he'll take every $10 that's thrown at him for somebody to want to do it. I've turned everyone down. Everyone that's come at me and said, would you do it for me? I've said no. You need to find a different kind of person to do that. I'm here to teach you to do it. I'm not going to do that. That's one of those red lines I drew. Might be wrong, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to. That wasn't what I wanted to do, and I don't want to complete the game for somebody. I want them to do it for themselves. There was also that thing when I started this process, and I had a private message sent to me that said, what are you doing trying to teach people how to do this? You should let them do it themselves. They don't need coaching. This game's too easy. Why do you think you need that? Well, that was just like a red rag to the bull. I was just going to go and do it. You know? I still have people tell me today off the Facebook feedback that they're not going to watch my videos. Why would I post a link? They just want an answer to the question. They don't want a video. Tell me the answer. I'm not watching your video. And it's like £10 a license test or £10 a license. Yeah, right. Do ignore them. And the circuit experience. Wow. Yeah. I reckon you'd have business coming out your ears. Yeah. But again, that was a red line I won't cross. That's not what I want to do. Oh, why did that change? Did I brake too late? Must have. Oh, those drift missions took so long. Those drift missions, no. The hardest one was that last one. Well, there was two hard ones. I had to watch JB's video just how to do that one. Christ alive. That silly Miata one in a square. JB could make millions on that one. That BRZ drift mission, no thanks. No. But then again, drift isn't a thing that appeals to me at all. A drift is what you do when you accelerate too hard out of a corner and you bring it back in just and look a little bit flash. Drifting that I see on TV is just a way to throw 500 or 600 pounds of tyres into the skip within 20 minutes. It's got to be the most expensive sport, hasn't it? Drifting. Damn thing outbraked itself again. I lost 2/10. I was 105 up. And I braked too late and the car just... I've got myself angry now. Big Popper's got one drift mission and one dirt mission to complete the game. I didn't know that. I thought you were 100%ed. I would be doing those two things until they're done. I wouldn't be... I'd be... Oh, I couldn't sit at 98% and just not able to complete the game because that would do me nothing. Not that I've got OCD or anything, it's just you shouldn't be losing to that. Right, we've had a run of reds. I'm not happy with the run of reds. .134.5 is my optimal now. That's where I want to be. That's the time I want on the right hand side there next to me. I want that time as my turned into that corner. I should have braked a fraction. I lost more. Lost another 10th. Absolutely Big Popper. If it ain't fun, why do it? Absolutely. I still believe I'll be 108 before I get my YouTube silver plaque. Which is the first and foremost target, the ultimate goal for me. 100,000 subscribers currently, 1,000 subscribers a year roughly. I think I'll be 108, which would be epic if I'm still doing this then. I know a guy who's was working on his dad's YouTube channel. I don't know a guy, I know of a guy. And he went and set up his own YouTube channel. Took him 44 hours to get 100,000 subscribers. And it took him best part of 8 weeks to get 4,000 viewing hours. because he just had to complete the minimal amount of time it is to become a YouTube monetized streamer or video maker. But he'd got the 100,000 subscribers within 44 hours of his dad posting a video saying that he was going out in his own YouTube channel. And he's already earning a living from that single channel, which is just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Good luck to him. All I've got to say. Well done. His dad's got like 10 million subscribers. I think it's tremendous. Good night, Olive. All the best, my friend. Sleep well. I don't have to go to work tomorrow. It's a holiday here in the UK. So it's streaming again tomorrow evening. Monday night, I don't usually do it. But we'll stream Monday night. And we'll have a little play of something we don't normally play. We'll do something different. See if we can do something a little bit different, like I say. I don't want to run out of Gran Turismo content, because there isn't a massive amount of Gran Turismo content left, other than a practice race for Tuesday's race at Atlanta, which I nearly did today. I tried to make a different type of video, but it didn't quite work. I didn't get the time in. That little slide helped. Le Mans testing, yeah, that is a thing. I could open a server up, couldn't we? We can do some Le Mans testing. We could do some 1 hour races in cars with the full settings and see what it's like to do a 1 hour race on one set of softs and see what it's like. Right. Yeah, good man. Right, I feel I'm not actually achieving anything at this point. So what I'm going to do is just have one more go. I don't find the timing incredibly reliable. I really don't. See how it just slides out right wide there? That's got to be me lifting off the brake because I think I'm approaching the apex. That's got to be a driver error. Or I'm braking way too late, but I think I'm braking at 225, which is my usual call. Yeah, yeah. Been in range of beating that 34,780, I have. But I just blew it. 28 minutes to midnight. There's no when you flick that grass on the outside, does it? There's no at all. Trying not to touch these curbs seems to be the optimal route. There it is. Back into the blue stuff. There we go. Let's see if we can get this right into here on this occasion. Being able to get back on the gas as early as possible. Oh, we're just too high. We need to get the right wheels. Close. Close. I almost had it there. I'm not saying my original Ghost is the optimum or anything like that. It's just... It's the best I've done so far. And it's also... If I'm emulating my driving style and trying to improve my driving style, I can't beat that Ghost to that point of the track. I'm really struggling. I think for the last 20 minutes I'm going to download somebody's Ghost and see if I can emulate that. See if there's something I'm doing somewhere, and I've never done this before. Sam's just had something. Brake a little earlier and less braking input to stop it understeering out the corner. Then lift and coast before getting back in the power for that downhill left-hander. Lift and coast. Yeah, so I'm not gonna hit that with a negative. All I'm gonna say is, boo, lift and coast. Lift and coast. That means no brake, no throttle. Wowzers. I did 28 laps there, and I came within 0.10 of my fastest lap. So I'm a tenth off my fastest lap, which 1:34.506. I'd love that. A 1:34.5. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Right, I've never done this before, so I've lost the place as well. 1:24. I was 1:23. Let's try and see if we can download somebody's Ghost that I can try and emulate, and I don't know how to do that. So I guess FGR Super GT is not who we think it is. Mr. Tidgney. I need it to be somebody about 1:34.5, which is where I want to be. Have we got a name of somebody there that is known to us? I think it's got to be Tidge, hasn't it? I think it's got to be Tidge. We've gone past Sam. Where is Sam? He's up the list. There's Cavs. 1:34.6. But I'm trying to push for a 5:06, which is here. It's 43. That would be epic. But Sam's up here somewhere. 25th. But with no Ghost, so I can't use that. So where's Tidge? Tidge is the one I can. Mr. Tidge. How do we do it? I don't know how. Play replay. Is there a save replay? I don't know. There's no save replay. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to save replay. Does anybody know how to get their replay into your game? I've never done it before. I've never driven to somebody else's replay. Never done it. I don't know how to do it. one step further. I don't know how. I don't know what that means. He's got no throttle or... So he is really rolling the car, isn't he? He's rolling it. Brakes. Brakes. Roll, roll, roll. Throttle from. Oh, wow. Back out to earlier menu. Hiya, Neil. Good evening, Neil. 134.3. Holy sh... On the brakes, off the brakes, coast. Oh my lord. Choose your car, and before you start the trial, then go to rankings and download Ghost. Okay. So I've got to come all the way out, and I've got to remember to reset the Ghost as well. Yeah. Lando won the F1. Wow. Over Max. Wow. Miami Lando. Well done, kid. Wonder if there's a replay I could watch. Here. No, wrong one, you twonk. This one. Select from garage. Go to there. I'm going to go to global ranking. I'm going to go down to Tidge. View profile play. I can't even set a replay, mate. I don't know how. Don't know how. I'll choose a car. Can't choose a car. Go back to here. I'll scrap that idea. I've chosen car. Chosen car. Is it the next menu, not this menu? Yeah, it's the next menu. Okay, understood. I thought you meant there. Sorry. So you do it here. Load Ghost. There we go. Much prefer it to be yours, Sam, than another YouTuber's, because I'm no better than that YouTuber. I'm never better than that YouTuber, am I? Assist, traction off, ABS on default. That on, that's right. Don't have to do anything with Ghost setting, do I? You said maybe display loaded Ghost and then do reset Ghost position. Reset Ghost position. Reset Ghost. Yeah, we'll try it with the reset Ghost position, but I don't know. Let's see. Is it going to show my Ghost and his Ghost, but I won't have my loaded Ghost on, will it? I've got to do the coast thing. That looked the most weird thing ever. Let's see if this does anything for me or not. Car just won't come into the apex. I have to be on the brake or throttle there. Ah, you slug. It's a completely different way to drive. The brake earlier for that corner. There's the Ghost Race, just caught him up by ages there, didn't we? clue that. It's teaching myself a new way to drive, definitely. That coast thing is so difficult to get my head round. Car just doesn't want to stop. Let's do it. Come on. I want him to be close enough to follow, but I don't want to be too close that I overrun him at a critical point, so... That coasting thing. Next lap, next lap, next lap. Bring him what a little closer. On the gas a fraction later. Yeah, I'd have to exit out to bring it closer. For the next 15 minutes, I'm just going to leave it where it is. I'm going to try and learn. I'm not really interested in his ghost anymore. I'm more interested in the coast thing. I can feel massive gains with the coast thing, so let's just ignore the ghost for now. This ghost is way too quick for me. I can't catch that. I'm only looking for 2/10. It's so slow. See, his ghost resetting makes me think I'm faster. But the ghost resetting is such an off-putting thing because it makes me think I'm as fast as he is. That's horrible. Don't like that at all. So at the point it would slide for me, if I was to let it coast, it stops the slide. It just has a grip. I've just released the brake too early there. Right, 11 minutes to go. I want to take that reset off because I don't like the reset. It's making me think I'm faster than I actually am, and I'm thinking, oh look, 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 and that's rubbish. I don't want the reset on. I don't care if he whizzes away into the future. It's not real. Coast thing. Real ghosts. I'm with him all the way up here. There's not a massive difference in it. Too late and I didn't coast through that corner. Twonk. Hang on, this typing. The reset's only good if you're trying to follow the ghost, follow the lines of brake modes. As though I thought you wanted. No, I don't want to do that. I wanted to. Why did I do that? Nah. What I want to do is understand how he's getting so faster. Yeah, no, I don't want to follow his line. I've got my line. I just want to find that 2/10. And I understood from looking at his replay, it's coasting through the apex. Coasting through the apex gained him massive amounts. When I say massive amounts, it gained him significant. I can tell from the start to here, there's nothing wrong with my lines because I'm within half a car length of him, which I missed that. I'm not focused. I don't like race. No. I've never followed somebody else's ghost before, so I don't really know what I'm doing. I just know the reset thing annoys the crap out of me. Because it makes me think I'm going faster than I actually am. Twonk. Learning that coast. stabs at the throttle, but it's fine. Just need to complete the first lap, and we'll get a timer, and we'll get an indicator of where we are. Coasting, coasting. When I try and let the car coast, the nose picks up out of that corner. Massively quicker. Is it massively quicker? There we go! That's where we wanted to be. That's where we wanted to be. We learnt massive amounts. Massive. The coast is just it, isn't it? Isn't it just? Wow, is that top 50, top 60? I didn't get this corner right here. The car just wallows out of that corner. Thank you guys for the help, appreciate it. Just doing something different, found the answer. That coast into that left-hand corner there was massive. The last two corners, getting that somewhat right was great. This one, off the brakes, let it roll, let it roll. Put the throttle on, it turned in. I need to go and look. I need to go and look. Ooh, save that time. 55 minutes that was. 60-second. Oh, sweating like a leaf. Wow. Wow. Holy hell. You know what comes next, don't you? Just one more. Now I need to look at one more thing. I've never been on the front page before. Never. Never been on the front page. Never. Oh, there's As in 92. Oh, that's still an epic time. Right, one more go. One more go. Thank you very much, chaps. The coast is the key, isn't it? The coast is the difference. Just seeing it through that driving position just showed me what's capable. That's tremendous. And you know what? That's not equipment, that's knowledge. That's knowledge, not equipment. There is some equipment in it, I think. I've got the equipment, but trust, belief. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Trust, belief, faith in yourself, confidence, knowing an end goal, seeing an end goal, and being able to turn that, what you've seen, into actual capability. Trusting yourself. Oh, we're pushing too hard now, aren't we? Pushing too hard. Thank you, Big Pop. Let's see. first lap without a timing, wasn't it? Or did it have the timing on second lap? Can't remember. Let's see. Oh, blown it now. Way overconfident. Thank you, JB. Yeah, it is. It is. Confidence is too much. The coast. I don't know why that works. Why does that work? It just allows the car to follow its line rather than being forced to turn in or turn out. Oh, slide. It all came together for that one lap. My fastest optimum was a 5:06, so I've got another 10th. Yeah, and I know, Sam, I know, and I do myself damage by not watching the fast guys, I know I do, but that wasn't the mantra that I set out to create the YouTube channel on. I set out to tell people that you don't have to be a god to get gold, and I've proved that, I think. And now what I think you're going to head to is the fact that for me to get better, I've got to start doing what everybody does to get better, rather than just focusing on getting gold. And that's what I want to do with a slight change of tack with the channel after the Le Mans event. There's no real gold in it for me anymore because I've done it. But where the gold is an A+ driver rating. That's where I've got to get, and that's the focus after Le Mans, is daily races, open lobbies, racing, race, A+, A+, A+. No matter what it does to my B rating, whether it goes down to a C to start with, or I start getting into a wreck with people, or start getting wrecked, I've got to start thinking about the quality of my driving and how to get A+. And being good enough to get A+, and that's next. That's where the focus on the channel changes. Gold's not enough anymore. Got a little flying thing flying around my nose. Gold's not enough. It's got to be more. And what you say is right. There's no hate in saying it. I've got to start doing that, and I know I'll get a damn load of shorts out of it. So instead of making videos, because I've got that bank of videos, I can make videos from my daily races, because that's what Super GT has done for a long time, and he gets watches. You know, we've proved the game's done. I've effed it right at the end. I was reading. Absolutely, absolutely Big Popper, in such a way that I've got to try and find a way to conquer the rubbish daily races, the ones that smash you to bits, the one where you walk away from the daily races feeling beaten because you know you're quick enough. I should be quick enough to be able to compete with B drivers on my own level, and you know, I know there's some quick ones out there, but I should be able to learn to be that faster driver, the driver that can become something. I'm not just going to become Super Nobbo A+ racer without conveying that in such a way. So I think I've got to take what I'm doing to prove that the golds were worth getting. You know, and if you're quick enough to get gold, you should be quick enough to go to A+, because it's the one thing I've not got. You know, I've been a B been a B for, well, since as long as I can remember in GT Sport. I've never pushed for the A because every time I got to the B lobbies I just got hammered. Right, let's see if I can get into a lap without a red. Let's see if I can just hit a 5:06. Oh, you slug. Oh no, I appreciate that, Sam, yeah, I appreciate that. The key part about gaining anything, yeah, it's like the 2 years I spent iRacing. Leave a gap to the apex, somebody's going to fill it, and the only problem with GT is the problem with the penalties. At least in iRacing, people only did that until they got 16 X's. Or whatever, 12X or whatever it was. Before they got to the point where they were going to get disqualified. In GT, they just do it every time. And that's why I run a tighter apex, as I've explained many times. I turn in because I'm trying to defend the apex all the time because I'm on a red lap. How did that happen? Every lap a red lap since I've started to try and do this. This is ridiculous. Just thrashing laps for the sake of it. Just looking at the two ghosts as well, thinking which one's mine. I know mine's the slower one, don't be silly, Widow. But I'm hustling him. Definitely hustling him. I'd like to video diary it, blog it, you know, in terms of the journey to A+. Oh, if that's red again, I'll be thoroughly peed off with myself. I'm peed off with myself now. I've got an optimal of 1:35.355 from just these laps on red. I think it'd be a long one. Excuse the phrase. Hey Az. Thank you, Mr. Zaka. Much appreciated. Oh, the car tweaked over the curbs then. That was unusual. Right, if I don't get red this time, I'm just going to call it. If I get a red at the next start of this lap, I want one more shot. Oh, come on, Widow, you've lost it. You've done everything you can today. I've humbled them for many an hour on the AI races. I'm sure they would certainly wouldn't mind getting their revenge. I'm sure they may have seen a video once or twice. Oh, Right, let's see if I can get a lap in. Come on, Widzo. Good night, Mr. Az. Take care. Don't forget the blue time is not against my fastest lap. It's not against my ghost. It's blown out to the right. It just locked up and slid through. Well, that's it, folks. It's midnight 08. Wow. I think that's where we're at. I think without overstating it, 60-second has got to be my best ever time. A 1:34.591, just pipping to second place. Just excelling. For once, I've actually done what I wanted to do. That last 10-minute session could have been better, but yeah, I think that's a tick in the box for objective achieved. I think a little bit of a way to go. I think the A+ thing is a serious goal for me. Can I put a time on it? I don't think so. Yeah, thank you, Sam. I think so. Thank you, Scampy. I think 60-second. 60-second is, and it's a different guy at the top, isn't it? That's a different dude for once. We've not had the man at the top, have we? And he's not even there. Tidgy's 11th. Tidgy's 11th. But does he even try? Some guys, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I guess he doesn't do them, does he? But where does that make me in terms of Brits then? I know that's a big call, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th. I'm 10th Brit. Which, yeah. Brit. Top 10 Brit. Get a fast qualifying time on daily B and grind that race. That's the best way to grind DR. Yeah, that's what I did to get my B in GT Sport. It was a GR4 Subaru's event. It was Subaru's only. But I knew I was quick in that car with no tyre wear, and for that week I absolutely hammered it, got to B, stopped, and I've kept the same B ever since GT Sport. I've had a dig here at doing the race, doing it, and I've kept my B ever since. So, and I know you've got to double your XP, haven't you? You've got to double your point wins to go to A. So whatever it is, 30,000, you've got to be at 60,000 to B, to A, and then whatever it is to get to A+. So I know it's a hell of a grind. But if I can get into the right groove, find the right daily races, I'm happy with that 62nd place. Having lost a spot tonight, I'm well chuffed with that. Let's just go and look. And I suppose, is it a question of picking your dailies right? Daily race B here at Suzuka. It's a circuit I hate. The Road Atlanta has GR4s again. So is it it's 4 laps, normal tyre wear, race medium. So it's fixed mediums with hardly any tyre wear you'd expect because it's on ×1. 4 laps. No, exactly. So you've got to finish above halfway every time, haven't you? If you don't finish above halfway, you're on negative points, and it will just go down, down, down. And that's what I envisage happening. I expect myself being C within 4 or 5 races. Beginning of the week, the races are easier, so get into them on a Monday. Yeah. Day is it tomorrow? No, we're not starting this until after Le Mans. We're starting it after Le Mans, but... Is it the daily races changed tonight? The new ones? Have they just changed now? People get faster. Is this the new daily race? Oh, you watch. You watch. As soon as people see who I am and what I'm trying to do, you watch. Punted for fun. Absolutely punted. You wouldn't believe it. You would not believe it. Yeah, I think that's open to interpretation, Sam. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I expect to be on a loser, and I expect to be on a C rating pretty much the first night. I expect to get mullered off the track pretty much every race until they break my spirit. And I'm crying in front of the camera, pleading that I'd never chosen to do this. And that's what I expect. Does anybody know whether this is the new dailies or last week's? Do they change at 1 a.m? Is it Sunday night? Does it change Monday morning? I don't know. I've never looked. I've never looked. I'm also just looking at the fact I've got 61 golds, 10 silvers and 7 bronze. So Monday 9 a.m. the daily start. Well, yeah, we'll see. I'm going to have to start doing these, aren't I? Manufacturers, you guys get to see this. Normally it switches off with the streamer thing. They won't let you stream this. Wow. Oh, that look. Nations Cup, 17th of April, 20th, 24th, 27th. It's all finished, hasn't it now? That's all done. If I enter now, will I get the reward? I don't think it'll let me enter now. It's closed, isn't it? Yeah, you can earn a lot. And you can also hate the game. Like the first time I tried it. First lap, came across somebody slow and all he did was block, 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 block. I put my car up the side, he punted me into the gravel. I then got out the gravel, caught up to him. He then stamped on his brakes as I came out of a corner. I hit him, I got a 3-second penalty. And then at the next lap, when I caught him up, he punted me off the track as I got past him. Vowed never to race one again. Nürburgring, 8th of the 5th. So this is a new one. Okay. Yeah. Manufacturers. Round 1. Nürburgring GR3, then GR4, GR3, GR4, GR3, GR4. And this is graded differently. Is it for rankings of drivers, or is this... I remember these being longer, some like being 45 minutes long. I did one at Interlagos that was like 27 laps. It was like, oh, okay. Deep forest. Might make good videos though if I do well. What's the infinite mean? Free practice, okay. That's the 8th. That starts Tuesday night. Well, we're league racing. So I won't be entering that. I can't do it while we're league racing. I just don't have the time. Yeah. I won't be doing them for now. If we get a break in the league and I can focus on doing that as well as the league, then I can't do them in the day. I just don't have the time. Unless I get up super early before work. That won't happen. I've got to start getting up earlier for work. My work times are changing. I'm going to have to get out of bed pre-6 and to be at work an hour away. So it's going to be less time in bed. Yeah. Understood. Yeah. I know they didn't used to do that though, did they? They didn't used to do it. Everybody used to do the same style of race. There was no difference to the racing. It's only been the last 3 or 4 times, or 2 or 3 times they've done it slightly different. That's a horrific steering wheel. And he's got like a head cover. Weird. Right, folks. Both my shoulders are hurting. That's because of the increase. Christ alive. Don't tell me I've done both shoulders now with turning the force feedback up. Oh, no. That's horrible. Oh, Jesus. That's a workout, isn't it? I have to get down the gym. Cripes alive. Right. Good night, folks. We'll see you on the next one. All the best. Take care. Thank you for support and a top 100 place. I'm really happy with that. All the best, folks. Good night. Take care.